Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Kern. Welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the Manager careers. We're in for a very tricky lap around the Tomás del Rio Hondo circuit in Argentina. And as you can see, it's a wet track as well. It's been raining. Well, you know, Dan MacDonald likes to rain in the past, like you saw last season when it finally came. We saw it around the likes of Assen, and you may not have seen it around Sachsenring, but it did happen in qualifying and in round Silverstone as well. And I believe Motegi qualifying too. So let's see. Dan MacDonald still got the golden touch in the wet. As he had a very, very solid start to the season. Since that flew up, Stefan Okeke. Thank you for pointing that out. That qualifying is glitched in this game. He's been a mid-tier qualifier as Dan MacDonald. But let's see if that will change. Conditions where our opponents seem to be less good, shall we say. Maybe something from Milestone and Nurkat to try and equalise it between dry and wet conditions, you know, how they perform. And the same with qualifying as well. Make it a bit more equal between qualifying and the race. Now, saying that, the second gap between qualifying and race actually seems to be about right. Maybe I just need to improve qualifying, I think. So having a smooth run though on this lap. Ooh, slightly wide in that left-hander though. That's quite a bit of time there, a couple of tenths I feel. But here we go, into the corner of death. Going to see many moves into this corner, and hopefully we don't see any crashes that come along with those moves. As you cross the line, 52.1. I really don't know if that's a good lap time anymore. I get the feeling that it's pretty decent though. Let's see, we go session info, skip time. Oh, it might be good. No, Fenati, what are you doing? And Mir. As I think it dried up near the end. That's the unfortunate thing with me only doing, you know, one-shot qualifying. If I do it at the beginning where it's a bit wetter and it gets drier, it's not going to look good on the timing sheet. As Fenati grabs par ahead of Mir and Martin on the front row. Don't often say that. With Canet in 4th, McPhee 5th, Di Gianantonio 6th, Baschini 7th, Magello 8th, Hotel in 9th ahead of Bulliger. There's MacDonald. Next to Loy alert. He loves this place, does the Belgium. Hopefully he doesn't love MacDonald's rear end of the bike, like he often does when we're battling in the race. Alongside Nuruddin on that 5th row has the top Persia goes Confirmed in 18th. Next best Mahindra is there in 20th. And our teammate qualified in last. Oh, our teammates do not like the wet weather, do they? As he qualifies last by 11 thousandths of a second behind finish, Patrick. So let's see who can have another fantastic race.
Hello and welcome to the Tomás del Rio Hondo circuit in Argentina. In just a few minutes, the Moto3 riders will be gunning for victory in the second round of the World Championship.
Yes, they will. As there is your grid with Fenati on pole. And looking further down, there's the home hero, Rodrigo on the 4th row. Look out for him starting in the 12th. But often, him and his teammate Guevara, who's leads the 6th row, they have poor starts. I wonder if that's been programmed in since the patch, which has fixed quite a few things in the last thing, and glitched the menu music as well. As there is Magnum right at the back. Well, you're not going to do that in a race, son.
All the riders on the grid at Tomás del Rio Hondo, concentration at a high, because this running of the Argentinian Grand Prix will start any moment now.
As you can see, there are the wet leathers. It's sunny conditions. Maybe the track will dry out. Certainly seems to have dried out slightly from qualifying where it was really wet. Now you can see, oh, maybe not. As you get away for this 6th race, again Rodrigo with a poor start. And so up to 12 past Loy as well. Oh, MacDonald diving it. Oh, into Hotel. Look around the outside, is he? He's on his own circuit at the moment. A man on an island is MacDonald. But he does make his way up into... Oh, into the top 5. Maybe he gets into Bastianini, into Martin, which has slowed him down. It's allowed McPhee by. He's up into 3rd, MacDonald. What the hell? He really does like these conditions around the track where we haven't been that great in the past. Actually, Canetti bashed into. No wonder. As we've got Mir out front, we've got Finati. So here comes Canet and McPhee behind. MacDonald braking slightly early. Canet giving him the old shoulder barge. Look at that. Magello up into the top 5. Giving Canet the old barge as well. And he's got double team here out the corner. MacDonald goes by. Oh no, McPhee almost into the back of his fellow Scott. Let's look at that Sky Italia rider fly. Making it 3 wide into the right-hander. And then see, dragging the brakes. So easy to lock up there and lose the front end, but we just about held on there. MacDonald. Oh, he's going dirt track in. That's an extra tour. Look at that one and give it back to Sky Italia rider, wherever he is. There he is. And he almost loses the position to McPhee, does he? Because of his sportsmanship, he does. Still a top 5 in Argentina. Not to be sniffed at. See, he's going to dive down the inside of both riders, though. Takes back that 3rd spot. As Mir's going to try and make a break at the front with Finati in his wheel tracks as we go on to the 2nd lap. MacDonald in 3rd, though, after starting in 14th. That an awesome first lap. And look at that, great braking into the 1st corner. Ooh, over the Italian's tail. You can see the track drying in some places, though. Be interesting to see that develop. It's Mir gives us the inside line. Just about holds on, and now he's nicking back. Where you go? What are you looking at, Mir? I'm in front of you. As MacDonald takes the lead on this 2nd lap. And yeah, you can see it is drying. Very nice to see. Oh, and here comes Mir, though, with that Leopard power. The Honda in the back of that thing. MacDonald trying to outbrake him, though, looking to the inside. Oh, very nice from MacDonald. We saw that in Argentina last year. He'd be heading into the scenery. Certainly more confident in these conditions than the rest. As he ran half a second now on mid, just through 1 corner. You can see it is drying up, though. I wonder how that will play up on the tyre wear. I haven't seen that affect it at all, really, in the past in the wet. The tyres have been very good. But let's see if it will this time around, as we have kind of the reverse, where it got a bit wetter at times last year. And around Silverstone, where it was pretty dry and then got wet. This time around, we've got the opposite, as he's brought up another 1/4 second there in that sector. He's now just going to run away from the field, just like he did at Assen. Look at taking the racing line as well. For once, I'm actually going to try and follow the racing line into that corner. Like the narrow line, that's often because we're making moves into it. But no, not doing it on this lap. As he goes on to the 3rd lap. And look at that lead he's built already. 51-1 from the Scot. And for the first time, we're going to have a drying track in the race. But it doesn't seem to affect him at all. And you can see it's really dry. This racing line. But we might have to dip into the water occasionally. Help with the tyre temps. Help the wear as well. It's all slightly wide there going onto the back straight, but we've got a 2nd gap to Mir, so it shouldn't affect us too badly. Finati holding 3rd. Italia not falling back. Very good to see. He did that on occasion last season, but it looks like Finati's holding on this time around after very good qualifying. We've seen MacDonald brakes very nicely into this right-hander. Look at that. Hooking up that apex like he's in a nightclub. Hooking up the Otis goal. Of course, like in real life for Dan MacDonald. As again, he builds that 1/4 second gap there. Oh, goes slightly wide though. So easy to do that into the right hand. As I said, such a difficult braking zone. Perhaps even more tricky than the right hand at the end of the lap, because you're depending so much on that front brake, dragging the brakes into that corner. And the corner's just going away from you. Not helping at all. As he's got a half second on this lap to Mir. It's around halfway through this race now. You know, this corner kind of works with you. You know, you're steering into that corner. Well, with that right-hander in the middle of that, you want to steer into that corner, but it just opens up because it's a much tighter corner than you think it is. As you go into the second half of this race, and it's MacDonald show once again. We saw this in Qatar, coming from down the field, and he's doing it again in Argentina. I know Moto2 is the goal this season, but could I move it back? MacDonald's pulling this well on the Mahindra. Look at that, a 3-second lead to Mir now. And this is around a circuit where we've got no real results to speak of in the past. And the previous 3 seasons has been very up and very down for MacDonald. Not much ups, very down. You know, you struggle with crashes in the past, struggle with pace, and especially on that Peugeot, the first season, horrendous. There's all Mir's kept that gap equal. So you go into this right-hander, you can see it's just tight. You want to carry speed into it, but if you do, you run wide. It's all about the exit on that corner, getting the run, getting the traction heading into this left-hander. Lovely corner. You've got the camber working with you in through the right-hander. You've got some camber working against you, and then into this left, barely braking in these conditions. Just really need to lift off, but being a bit cautious there. Into the final corner, down to first, hooking up that apex. He's in a class of 1 at the moment, is MacDonald, as he gone to the penultimate lap of the race. Dipped into the 50s as well. Fastest lap of the race. 50.8. This is something I thought I'd never see for MacDonald and Elusive winning around here, but you can see how dry the track is on the racing line. Look at that, it really has opened up. Nice dynamic track conditions there. Turned in slightly early into that corner, thought we were in trouble. Had to let off slightly, but a 5-second lead to 1 Mir, the reigning champ, of course. I think he's got everyone in the field right, I think, MacDonald, with these performances. Mir's finally reached the summit, and he's getting that championship after beating Canet finally. He's seen Canet win the first 2. But now he's seen the third challenger, MacDonald, just race away. In the early part of this season is Antonelli. Where's the KTM rider come from to grab third head of Martin? Fanati is dropping back then. I thought he could hold on, the Italian, but it's happening at that stage as here comes Hotel. The KTMs are flying. We've got Mahindra, Honda, KTM at the front. There's your top 3. You can see Mir's got the gap down here slightly on this lap. He's pegging MacDonald, but it's too little too late. I feel as you're going on to the final lap of the race. Can the Scot hold on to get his second successive victory to begin the season? His best start to the season by a country mile. Let's go into the first corner. Get down the second, hook up that apex. Got to be patient on the power. And get on too early. Got it on slightly too early there in the middle corner, but Strat held on to the race line. And now here comes McPhee on his Honda. They've got gang warfare going on for the final podium spot between the Scot, German, Italian, Spaniard. 4 nations, 2 different makes. Who is going to come out on top? As we end the first sector, maintaining around 5-second lead to 1 Mir. He's probably looking behind him on occasion. I'm wondering what the hell is happening. You can see the Germans holding on for the time being. Oh, no. Sorry, commentator's curse. There goes Antonelli back into third place over his fellow KTM runner. As we've only got half a lap to go here in Argentina, and they are battling like hell. German back by into third. But still a couple of overtaking spots to come, especially into the next corner, that right-hander. Could see some tasty moves there, hopefully no one Iannonis. Don't want that for the two KTM riders. As here comes MacDonald out of the final corner. Across the line and maybe another victory. Add another one onto the tally. What a dominant start to the season as he wins by 4.3 seconds from Mir, who closed that gap down in those last two laps, but unfortunately MacDonald ran away with it when the track was wetter and setting that fastest that time as well, as McPhee wins the battle in the end. Where's the German gone? Did he fall? As Antonelli's fourth, Martin in fifth, ahead of Canet, the double champ, down in sixth. He's not a fan of Argentina, is he? As Budiger seventh, and Nati did drop down the order down to eighth, with DJ Antonio rounding out the top 10 of Bashiri, Ramirez, Loy. Bit disappointed in Argentina in 13th. Normally he's a bit better than that. Nuruddin 14th. Guevara gets the final point by 33 thousandths of a second from the German. He must have had a fall in the final lap. As looking further down, you can see the next best behaviour is the Italian 20th. Top Peugeot is finished Patrick in 31st. As our teammate rises the ranks up to 28th in the end. Pretty decent from Kumar again in the race. Just needs to be a bit more confident on one lap maybe, but it's good to see our teammate always moving forward in these first two races. But Kornfeld, last for the Czech Republic rider. Very disappointing. And for the home hero as well, down in 32nd. So in the championship, MacDonald maintains that lead and builds it up to 14 points ahead of Mir, who climbs up to second ahead of Canet, with McPhee up to fourth after his podium. And just ahead of Martin has another big riser in the top 10 is Antonelli up to 7th, with Magello rounding out the top 10 in the early stages of this season. There's only 16 riders scored so far, with Ramirez up to 15th after his pretty impressive result for the Spaniard. Our teammates in 29th, and finished Patrick is right at the back. As in the constructors standings, Mahindra leads Honda by 10 points, with KTM on 23 and Peugeot yet to score. As there's a happy MacDonald. Where's our army of clones? Oh, there they are to our right hand side. As, yeah, he has definitely won another one. And we have unlocked Aoki from 1996. One more when we get Jeremy Reams from 2000. And for always a fave, that Brit when he was riding has another Brit grabbed another victory. And look at that climb from the starting position of 14th. McWilliams will be very proud of that race from MacDonald. Has Kumar also rises 5 places, but doesn't quite achieve the race objective. But still promising beginning for the Indian here, as he improves his corner and body position and motor-free affinity by 15. Well, Dan MacDonald improves his braking and throttle management. And look at all those credits and reputation earned as well. As we've got an activity day to end things, and we can do a photo shoot to get 5,000 credits. An autograph session, you get 175 reputation. Agreement with an airline to have no management costs for the next race. Or marketing campaign to get a credit bonus of 100% if we achieve the sponsor's objective in the next race. So they definitely want us to earn some credits, don't they? Or save some credits. Agreeing with the airline, that saves us more than we would earn with the photo shoot, wouldn't it? Or the marketing campaign. Again, not that good at maths, but I reckon agreeing with the airline will save us a bit. So let's go with that. As next time out, we head to one of MacDonald's favourite circuits, the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, in America. As that is a track which is a bit kinder to us as well. Opponents rise, and in the past we've seen MacDonald has some furious battles and some fantastic races as well. Will that continue next time out? Find out then. South Watch, and I will see you then.